guys, it's coffee time. Oh my goodness, we did the charity D&D thing today. That was the quickest D&D game I've ever played in my life. And I think the only time I've done a one-shot game where we actually did what we were supposed to do in the allotted time, which was crazy. So the way that it was all set up was that there would be game after game after game after game for the entire day. And if somebody wanted to watch the game, they would donate once and be able to just watch the stream all day, right? So our game went from noon to 2 o'clock. So my call time was 11:30. I got there and they gave us all of our character sheets because the characters were pre-made. Like, we couldn't do anything extensive, right? It's a compact 2-hour game. The characters are already made. You already have your backstory. You know why you know each other. You know what you're trying to do, right? And there are plenty of ways for you to waylay the storyline, right? For anybody who's played D&D, you know, every now and then there's that DM who's just like, would you guys please, could you please just do what I need you to do for this story that I spent so much time creating, but no, you're spending so much time in the bar trying to steal everybody's pants and see whether or not that's possible if you roll a 20, right? So we're like playing this game, and I thought for the longest time that there was no way we were going to get to the end. And I started to wonder, oh, maybe they're doing like a continuous story. Like, at the end of the day, everything would have gotten wrapped up, right? But each group wouldn't actually wrap things up. That's kind of what I was assuming. But apparently, it turns out the characters are always the same, but the sequence of events is different. So, like, each group of people is trying to get the same thing at the end, and all of the middle stuff the DM makes differently. So that was kind of cool. That was kind of interesting, and I'm so glad that I didn't tune in or watch anybody else play my character, Rusty. Rusty is a Warforged, and he is the leader of the group, right? So I had chosen him without knowing his character, really. I just knew he was a Warforged, and I was like, sure, I'm down. I'm down to be a big old Warforged. So, yeah, we get there, and it was so fun. It was so much fun. We completed our story, like I said, which was a great feeling, even though we had to kind of like, he had to kind of speed it up at the very end. Like, Satine was back there being like, come on, finish it up. But we got it, we got it all done, and it sounds like a lot of you who tuned in and watched it really enjoyed it, so that was cool. It was a cool experience. I've wanted to do that for like 2 years now, and I haven't been able to. So I was just elated to finally be able to do it. But yeah, so that went until, I probably left around like 2:30, but it was nuts because my friend Curtis from college has been going to D&D at Meltdown, and I had no idea. I remembered us having a conversation a long time ago when he first moved to LA, and I haven't really hung out with him or his wife Margaret very much at all, which I feel really bad about because we used to all be really good friends in college and I just never see them. But yeah, so one of the guys, well, the guy who like runs Meltdown D&D now, came to me and was like, oh man, we've been playing with your friend Curtis all the time. And I was like, what? And Curtis came into the green room and was like, what? I was like, what? We were so jazzed to see each other. And I remember that the last time that I saw him, we had been talking about D&D, and we had talked about the fact that they do D&D at Meltdown. And so it was so cool to know that he had like followed up on it and actually started doing D&D at Meltdown. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so neat. And yeah, I'm hoping that maybe I can grab dinner with them or something soon, because it was so cool to see them. Apparently a lot of people I went to college with live in the LA area now. Had no idea. It's like, I'm the worst friend in the world. I had no idea. Like, Curtis was telling me all these people that we went to college with. He was like, oh yeah, so-and-so's living here now, and oh, so-and-so is moving here in like a month. I was like, what? Why is everybody coming to LA? I'm totally cool with it. But yeah, I was like, man, I have so many people that I apparently need to like catch up with. Dang. So next on my friend agenda is to reconnect with all of these college-y people that I love so much who are out here now and like doing their thing and being all talented and stuff. It's nuts. But I love that, like, when you have a friend or a group of friends where being away from them for a long time doesn't feel like a big deal. You know, you see them and that time apart almost feels like exciting because you don't act differently around each other. You converse in the same way, you connect in the same way, but you have so much more to talk about, right? You're able to catch up on so many things and share so many experiences and just really revel in being together and being able to catch up, you know? So I remember having that feeling when they first moved out here and we all got together and had lunch and I was like, man, it's so fun to catch up with them because I had no idea what was going on in their lives, really. And so yeah, he and I were talking about that, how for the both of us, we both feel like, you know, it sucks that we haven't gotten together more, but we don't resent one another for it at all. I would say it's definitely more my fault out of the both of us. But yeah, there isn't like a resentment there for us not hanging out because we know that when we do hang out, it's gonna feel like no time has passed, you know, aside from just having more to discuss and more to talk about and be excited about for each other. So yeah, it was a cool day. It was a really cool day. And unfortunately, halfway through my game, I started to get a little bit of a headache. And I was like, no, not now, not now. And then as I was leaving Meltdown, the headache got worse. And all I could think was, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to drive with this headache. So I drove with this headache. The headache got progressively worse as I was driving. I finally got home. I was like, all right, I'm just going to hoodie up, right? I'm just going to hood up and take some Excedrin migraine and chug water for the rest of the day. And that's basically what I've been doing. And I feel much better now. Unfortunately, I had the headache for so long, I wasn't able to make news today, but I can make news tomorrow. Also, tomorrow is going to be the, hopefully, end of, I almost said Dead Space, Dark Souls, another DS game. Yeah, Sam thinks that I only have, like, what, a half an hour left of Dark Souls 2?
Well, that's a half an hour if you can beat all the bosses first time. For you, like 2 hours, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good stream amount.
Maybe 6.
Hey, come on. 2 hours, 6 hours, maybe 12, I don't know, like. So yeah, I'm gonna play Dark Souls tomorrow and finish that up, aside from the DLC. So that'll be fun, that'll be really cool. And gotta play some more Sherlock, because I haven't played that in a while. I feel bad about that. Man, last week just... I was so all over the place last week. It was really fun. It was really fun, like, doing the extra streams and, like, having the streams at night and all of that. That was cool, aside from Thursday, when all of it fell apart. But last week was really fun. And at the same time, I'm like, alright, let's play some games again. Although BlizzCon's this next weekend, yeah? Got BlizzCon. This weekend was Hello Kitty Con. I know. You're all super bummed that I didn't go to Hello Kitty Con. Somebody was like, do you want to cover Hello Kitty Con? And I was like, no. Like, it's not that I have anything against Hello Kitty, but I don't care about Hello Kitty, right? So, if you're gonna have somebody who doesn't care about Hello Kitty covering Hello Kitty, it should be the buffest person that you can find, right? It should be either the buffest man or woman in the world just looking ripped and disinterested in Hello Kitty, or looking ripped and disinterested but then eventually becoming quite interested in Hello Kitty. That would be a great story. That would be a great convention experience of just like the video starts off and you're like, this is gonna be so boring, this person doesn't even like Hello Kitty, and then it just whoosh, ramps at a certain point when they realize this love, this deep inner love that they've been denying all of their lives. That they really do just Love Hello Kitty. Also, I started on my novel for NaNoWriMo, which I'm super jazzed about. I'm like 1,300 words in. Dude, Erin's at 10,000 words. I don't even know. I was like, dog, it's day 2 and you're on 10,000 words, and she was like, I know. But she was giving me like tips because I kept hitting writer's block and being like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to write. I don't know. And she was like, this is when you gotta sprint. I was like, what does that mean? She was like, a sprint is when you decide on a time and then you set a timer for 10 minutes, and then in that 10 minutes you have to just write. Just whatever comes into your head, you just write and you just go and you don't judge yourself. I was like, okay. So we did that like 3 times. We did that 3 times today, where she'd be like, all right, I've set my timer. Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, go. We'd just be like, ugh. Like everything that came out, I was like, this is dumb. This is so dumb. Just keep writing, and it worked. It worked. I'd eventually write something down where I'd be like, oh, okay, all right, yeah, okay, cool, yeah, we can work with this. So it was fun. It was fun. I feel like I had a good day. I had a good day today. So tomorrow will be filled with all the videos. And for the rest of the night, I'm going to try to fend off headaches with more water. I hope you guys have had an amazing day, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye.